What is going on, y'all? We back with another DRMS series, whereas though we watch black creators or black entertainers back in the day, and we watch their documentary off this DRMS channel. This is what I really like and enjoy as a black man. I want to get into black entertainment, and me working my way up, it's already things that have taken place in my life, whereas though I could relate and I live some of these trials that they live, but not on the scale that they lived it, if that makes any sense. On a low scale, but still. If you're new to the channel, my name is Corinthian, and basically we do reactions. We do majority reactions, but also I give y'all live content from my Twitch and from my Kick. I stream all over. I'm an up and coming content creator, and we building this YouTube up to be something, right? When I say something, we gonna start off with reaction for the first couple hundred subs, and then what I really want to build it up to is fun activities, or me just having transparent talks with the audience. If you're new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe. Definitely hit that subscribe button. And yeah, this is what we're gonna get into. This is my favorite reaction videos. And yeah, let's get it.
You're very
Oh wait, hold up.
warm. Sometimes you're cold. Sometimes you're very
Mary J. Blige!
Mary J. Blige.
There's only one Mary J. Blige. So they can run out and get how many girls, how many girl groups, and turn their hat backwards and fix their hair like mine, but they'll never be me because I'm just, me.
When I was 16 years old, I fell in love. Nah, scratch that. Because in 1992, it wasn't just me who fell in love.
What do you possibly think you know about love?
There were many fine ladies in the 90s, but there was something about Mary. From the streets of Yonkers to the heights of superstardom, Mary J. Blige transformed her pain into poetry. She wasn't just singing about love, heartbreak, or survival, she was living it. This is her story.
I was younger. I was insecure. I was not happy with me, as a little girl. You know what I mean?
Mary Jane Blige was born on January 11, 1971 in the Bronx as the second daughter of Cora and Thomas Blige. Her mother was a nurse and often played icons like Shaka Khan and Gladys Knight around the house, while her father, who was a jazz musician, introduced Mary and her sister to the technicalities of music.
Taught me how to hold my notes, he would teach me and my sister how to harmonize.
The Bliges were far from the idealized families portrayed on TV, like the Huxtables or the Jeffersons. Mary's father, a Vietnam War veteran, reportedly suffered from post-traumatic stress disorder, while her mother battled alcoholism. Plus, their relationship was often volatile, and at times the tension escalated into physical abuse from Mary's father to her mother, creating an unstable environment for Mary and her sister. In 1975, when Mary was just 4 years old, her father left the family, leaving Cora to raise Mary and her older sister, LaTanya, on her own. He'd come in and out for the next few years and left for good by the time Mary was 8. For the next 11 years, the two girls grew up in the Schlobaum projects in Yonkers, a housing project infamous for its nickname Slowbomb, a reference to the constant unrest and turmoil that simmered within its walls.
It's so crazy because when a man isn't present in a household, you don't know what they would have been today if they had a man in the household versus now what that turned them into. If you really think about it, for Mary J. Blige to be Mary J. Blige, her father had to leave. If you think about it in that context.
My building, I'll never forget it. There was
Turmoil that simmered within its walls.
got my building, I'll never forget it. There was this woman being beaten, and it looked like her head came off when he smacked her. The women used to scream, you can hear them screaming, and they're running out of their houses naked. And it affected me really badly as a child to see all of that,
On the surface, Mary's childhood appeared relatively normal. She played with friends, sang in the junior choir at church, and visited her grandmother in Georgia for summers. However, beneath this outward normalcy, Mary was grappling with deep emotional turmoil. In addition to the pain of her father abandoning the family, she was also dealing with personal trauma that she struggled to process and understand.
I remember feeling literally right before it happened, just could not believe this person was going to do this to me.
When she was 5 years old, at a family house party, a friend of the family violated her, taking advantage of her as a child and scarring her in ways that would haunt her for most of her life. For years throughout her childhood, she kept that trauma to herself, but inside she was in pain. The assault left her feeling isolated and misunderstood as a little girl. But one thing that helped massage the emotional wound was singing. Mary would sing anywhere, at home, at school, and at church, which was the only place she felt safe. When Mary was 7 years old, she entered her first talent show at her elementary school, singing Peaches and Herbs Reunited. But the catch is, her music teacher pushed her to do it. While Mary had the talent to be a star, she was uncomfortable putting herself in the forefront.
Basically, that's what it is. I don't have a 5-octave range. I didn't go to singing school. You know what I'm saying? I sang in the church when I was a little girl.
I can hear that little rasp in her voice, like, oh my God, Mary!
When I was a young girl, I was able to sing way better than this, you know. Right now I have what I have, what's left of what I was gifted with.
Growing up in the projects was tough for Mary. She was constantly harassed and would get into fights almost daily just to prove herself and prevent from being seen as someone easy to rob or jump.
I've been through so much as a child and a teenager. I just started to turn, not that I was a guy, I just wore baggier jeans and Timberlands and hat turned backwards so I won't, be so revealing. It took me a very long time to even wear makeup and tight clothes because I'd been, through so much. And that I've been through has been a secret.
Eventually, Mary started to assimilate into her environment. She began hanging with the wrong crowd, drinking and partying as a teenager. By 16, when she was a junior at Roosevelt High School, she dropped out, which opened her up to more time to run the streets. She also developed a drug habit in those years, one that would follow her for most of her life.
Oh my God. The drug habit, listen, I'm not gonna lie, 16, I started my first drug habit smoking weed. Got around the wrong time. I was introduced to it by, my peers. And I promised myself I wasn't do it. I was literally a straight edge kid till 16. I was not about that shit. I really wasn't. I was not trying to let that nigga Tony the Tiger down.
Habit in those years, one that would follow her for most of her life. One day in 1988, 17-year-old Mary was hanging out at the Galleria Mall in Westchester. By that time, she had already dropped out and was working as a 411 operator, answering the phones in a call center by day. Well, the Galleria had a new karaoke machine in one of its vendors. Mary and her friends were hanging out when Mary decided to give the machine a shot. She wanted to hear herself sing since everyone else said she was so good. One of the options in the booth was Anita Baker's Caught Up in the Rapture. Mary pressed play, and the rest is history.
Ooh! Ooh! Listen, y'all, for those who don't know, Mary J. Blige is one of them words! What are you talking about? Now, even though I haven't listened to a whole album of Mary J. Blige, her name still holds weight, all right? Her singing is amazing.
It's kind of funny how life works. Once Mary recorded herself, she carried the tape over to her mom, who then gave it to her boyfriend, known as Little Jimmy, who played it for Jeff Redd, while they were both working the assembly line of General Motors in Tarrytown. Jeff Redd was still trying to get his deal and was doing shows at the time, but when he heard the cassette tape, he knew he was listening to something special. He said, "What I heard was the pain of a young girl who had been through a lot." Once Jeff got his deal at Uptown Records, he passed Mary's tape along to the founder, Andre Harrell. The year was 1988, and Uptown
Jeff
Records had been up and running for 2 years. Founded by Andre Harrell on the cusp of leaving his rap group, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, he had a group of artists known as the Uptown Crew, which featured their flagship group Heavy D and the Boys. Their debut album, Living Large, went gold, certifying the label as something to be reckoned with. After Andre saw Jeff Redd performing as a solo act, he signed into the label. Jeff was still working at GM before the deal went into full effect, and thus, with a future as an A&R, he brought Mary to Andre's attention as well. Andre was in awe of the feeling of Mary's voice. She didn't have the polish of a Whitney Houston or the glamour of Vanessa Williams, but Mary was real. You could feel everything she was going through in the recording.
First time I heard Mary, she had such a soulful, sultry kind of sound. I thought that she could be like a chocolate clown for the night.
So somehow Andre found himself in Yonkers to meet with the girl from the tape. Mary found Andre in her living room, and once he left, She was the newest and youngest member of the Uptown crew. She wouldn't officially come out until nearly 3 years later, as was protocol for most of the Uptown artists. Hell, Jodeci took even longer from when they rolled up to the label in their Ford Escort from North Carolina. But we'll get back to them in a second. Anyways, Mary had finally gotten a break, but she was still grappling with the demons of her past. She was working as a session singer, doing backgrounds for Jeff Redd, and was featured on his album. She was working the New York club scene when she finally got her first taste of recognition when her song You Remind Me was featured on the soundtrack for the film Strictly Business.
Hey guys, I just found an amazing digital marketing expert on Fiverr.
The company had its most effective campaign yet. The team continues hiring top-rated experts to this day.
The debut artist that Fade has brought to you in '92. Only Fade can do it, as you know. This is one of the new artists that they did bring to you. Her name is Miss Mary J. Blige, and the song is called You Remind Me.
The streets loved it. Hip-hop DJs played it, and suddenly everyone was buzzing about this new Mary chick. The song became a hit, even though it wasn't an original single for the soundtrack. One thing about Mary that was different was how she sang over hip-hop beats. Unlike the jazz and orchestra accompaniment like the previous R&B singers of the day, she was singing over heavy bass drums and kick snares. Uptown was used to capturing new sounds and was the hub for the new jack swing era, ushering in a fresh sound and black music with artists like Guy and Al B. Sure. But Mary was doing something different. We'd call it hip-hop soul.
For Jodeci tonight, Mary J. Blige, and Father MC. And all put together by, first this man in the middle here, and then he's passed it on to, I guess, his son. Protege. Yes, Puffy. Yes.
Sean Combs.
Sean Diddy Combs.
Sean Diddy Combs.
Sean P. Diddy Combs. Sean Diddy Combs has been arrested.
Let's start from here. By 1990, Sean had dropped out of Howard University, the place where he had become known for throwing iconic, often disorderly parties. Howard is where he also grew a reputation for his temper and brutal personality, as detailed in the 2024 Rolling Stone article Bad Boy for Life. There's stories about him bursting into fits of rage in the cafeteria and even allegations of attacking female students in public. Sean, who reportedly got the nickname...
Yo, so he got a track record of this shit even in high school. This motherfucker is ruthless.
Puffy as a child due to his outbursts, left the university during his second year, and due to his reputation for discovering talent and inability to take no for an answer, he was brought on as an intern at Uptown. After badgering Heavy D to get the job, Puff jumped headfirst into the business. If you know anything about Puff, you know this story. It's industry lore that he helped Jodeci shape their image, even if Devante didn't agree.
You guys, what was that relationship like? Because I can imagine that must have been a little bit
well, to be honest, Puffy was an intern at Uptown Records. And Puffy ran around, did a lot of things, learned a lot of stuff. From Jodeci, from watching us on stage, that he's just an intern. So they cut all the what Puffy do with y'all. He was there being a cheerleader and watching how we was doing on stage. That's how he was able to go on stage and entertain from watching us. Yeah, watching us. We've been doing this from kids. Puffy worked at the label.
Mary had been floating around the label for years, but didn't know if the executives really liked her. Andre wanted to reshape her image. They knew Mary couldn't be packaged like the normal R&B ladies of the time, so he handed her off to the new kid in the building to see if he could make what she had work.
What you say?
New York radio personality and artist Ms. Jones says that Mary and Puff stole her sound, though. She said that while Puff was developing Mary, he went to Ms. Jones's music producer to ask him to emulate her style for Mary's album. When Ms. Jones' producer refused, Puff went behind his back, took their style, and beat them to the punch by putting Mary's music out before Ms. Jones would debut. This would result in fans thinking that Ms. Jones was the one copying Mary when she claims it's really the other way around. This claim is interesting because in 1987, Uptown, when she
I just missed the whole
and watching how we was doing on stage, that's how he was able to go on stage and entertain from watching us. Yeah, watching us. We've been doing this from kids. Puffy worked at the label.
Mary had been floating around the label for years, but didn't know if the executives really liked her. Andre wanted to reshape her image. They knew Mary couldn't be packaged like the normal R&B ladies of the time, so he handed her off to the new kid in the building to see if he could make what she had work.
What you say?
New York radio personality and artist Ms. Jones says that Mary and Puff stole her sound, though. She said that while Puff was developing Mary, he went to Ms. Jones's music producer to ask him to emulate her style for Mary's album. When Ms. Jones' producer refused, Puff went behind his back, took their style, and beat them to the punch by putting Mary's music out before Miss Jones would debut. This would result in fans thinking that Miss Jones was the one copying Mary when she claims it's really the other way around. This claim is interesting because in 1987, Uptown Records had a group named The Girls on their label, who are now known as one of the first New Jill swing acts. It's claimed that Mary's image and sound was based on what Uptown was already doing with the girls, but nevertheless people loved her.
She's every little girl that is going to school and got their little shirling on or whatever, just got their, you know, she's just that fine little, like, ghetto fabulous lady that everyone loves and knows that she's been through things and she got a man doing her wrong.
Looking back, it doesn't seem as if Puff shaped the image of these artists as much as he just accentuated who they already were. One of the first times the term ghetto fabulous was used in print was by writer Danielle Smith in an April 1996 copy of The New Yorker. She defines the term: when you're ghetto fabulous, you're buying your way up and out, even if mentally or physically you still live there. Mary embodied the term. She was still living in the projects when You Remind Me became a hit. She just needed sprucing up a little. Puff
Damn, she fine shit.
The baggy jeans she was wearing and instead handed her designer clothes. He kept her Timberlands and turned her hat backwards. Next thing you know, Mary looked like a star. Puff was becoming known as a star maker and was using that newfound rep to get his name buzzing around the city.
Puff always
but
been
around
a
7
star
months
maker.
before Mary's album was scheduled to be released, Puff was involved in a tragic incident at City College. On December 28, 1991, a celebrity charity basketball game was scheduled to be played at City College in New York, featuring the likes of Heavy D, Jodeci, and a slew of some of the hottest artists of the day. The event was all orchestrated by Puff.
Bro, what was it like back then? They didn't have no phones. They just heard of big names coming like, yo, you heard of some boy named Heavy D? Bro, like, yo, what I wouldn't do, like, I want to be there. Like, God, if I had a chance, like, in my dream, or like, I want a simulation of how it actually was to live back then, like, with no fucking phones. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Constantly having this shit, bro, you forget why the fuck you here, bro. Real shit.
The gym had capacity for 2,700 per day. The event was all orchestrated by Puff. The gym had capacity for 2,700 people, but reportedly over 5,000 showed up to buy tickets at the door. When the organizers closed the doors due to capacity being filled, pandemonium erupted and a stampede broke out, resulting in 9 people losing their lives. Puff would maneuver his way from criminal culpability for this incident, which happened only a year after dropping out from college.
Damn.
No charges were filed, and Puff would eventually reach settlements with the families of the victims. Uptown's parent company, MCA, wanted to fire him, but Andre pulled some strings and was able to keep him on the label, and also keep him working with Mary.
Nobody wanted to take a chance on me. Nobody wanted to help me. You know, and it wasn't like I was pressed or begging anyone to help, but Puffy volunteered. He wanted to help me.
You're not gonna believe what happened. Tell me everything. I'll show you on Monday.com. So I started the biggest initiative of the quarter. I did everything right. I used AI blocks to list all the tasks, delegate them to the team, set up all the timelines. It even...
Dig it, yo. What's the 411, hun?
What's the 411, hun?
I got it going on,
hey,
hun.
yo, I got it going on, hun.
What's the 411, hun?
Riding off the steam of the #1 R&B single You Remind Me, and inspired by her past job as a 411 operator, What's the 411? Mary's debut album was released in July 1992. A month after the album's release came Mary's biggest hit yet.
We got love, the truth went through, and though we made it through the storms, I really want you to realize, I really want to put you on.
Real Love peaked at #1 on the R&B charts and #7 on the Billboard 100. It became one of the biggest crossover hits of the year and one of Mary's signature songs. The album went on to sell over 3 million copies.
The winner is Mary J. Blige, Real Love. Oh, God. Oh, thank y'all. What's up? Yo, I brought a list because it's a lot of people that I don't want to forget to thank. And I just want to thank everybody. First, I just want to thank the Almighty himself, God, because without him, none of this would be possible. Thank you.
While promoting the album in London, she arrived late to a concert, performed 3 songs, then disappeared for nearly an hour. Word of this made its way back to the States, where Mary was already growing a reputation for being an attitude-ridden diva.
I'll be a bitch. I will be it to the day I die, because you won't get nowhere being a soft wimpy.
You're just gonna be there and being stepped on and walked on and bend over and all that. You're gonna be that.
During the conception of What's the 411, Mary connected with KC from the R&B group Jodeci.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah.
KC and his band were on top of the game in the early 90s, with their debut album Forever My Lady and its singles topping the charts. After the two recorded their duet I Don't Want to Do Anything Else for the What's the 411 remix album, the two became intimate and eventually dated. Soon after the two became official, the cracks in their foundation started to show.
How y'all get that little duet together, Mary?
You know, it's a label thing. You know, we was on the...
Oh, like you ain't want to sing with him like he can't hit a note. Hello.
The boy can sing, no doubt, okay?
No doubt.
But it was a label thing, you know? And we're label mates, and they were just asking us would we do a song together. Like, the label was asking us.
It's a sweet one, too.
Yeah.
You know, tell them what the title.
I don't want to do anything else.
So they saying, like, you know, if the booty is that good, I don't want to do nothing else. Is that right?
It's reported that KC said she wanted me to make her...
You can't cringe, nigga. Keep that shit professional, bro. Like, that ain't no classy shit. Of course niggas gonna be niggas, but no, absolutely not. Absolutely not, bro.
Feel pretty, I couldn't. She was just a woman to me. I didn't see her the way people look at Halle Berry, Robin Givens, or Vanessa Williams. She was just a regular woman. That was fine with me, but it wasn't fine with Mary. While the world was falling in love with her, she still did not like herself. She was extremely insecure, and her relationship with Casey only exacerbated it. While they had some good times, Mary claims the relationship was dark and Casey was both verbally and physically abusive towards her.
I took everything.
Hold on, chat, cause I hear audio lag. I hear audio lag. I hear audio lag. I hear audio lag.
Thing you name it, I took it.
You fought physically?
Oh.
The whole Argentina of the 90s?
What? Come on, man. I mean, I don't even like to really talk about it, but it was definitely that. It was Argentina of the 90s on the low. It was some hell. It was a pot of hell. You name it, I took it.
You fought physically?
Took it because I was, missing him and yearning for him and wanting to be with him.
This caused her to spiral into a depression, making the drinking and drugs she used to number pain more of a constant in her life. Realizing that the fame was becoming too much, as well as ruining herself and the label's reputation, Andre sent Mary to boot camp. Double Exposure was a well-known artist development firm founded by Angelo Ellerby. Mary was put through a 24-week boot camp, making her read books and teaching her how to respond in interviews. Ellerby would say Mary has to be able to talk to rap magazines and talk to Diane Sawyer. You must be able to fit into every particular realm of the business and life. But Mary needed more than etiquette class to fix the pain she was going through. While being profiled by the New York Times, she abruptly ended the interview after calling the journalist Touré stupid and snapping at him. He detailed this account, remembering how cold Mary was to him during the interview and even kicking him out of her limo in a sketchy part of New York, for no reason other than she did not like his vibe. After the blow-up, Andre would later reach out to Touré to make sure he would write a good piece about Mary, pleading that she had deep emotional scars that caused her to lash out. Touré still wrote a relatively nice article, by the way. What's the 411 had meteoric success, skyrocketing Mary into stardom quickly in her career, but her next album would take her into new heights. Inspired by the tumultuous relationship with KC, in November 1994, she would release her sophomore album, My Life.
I ain't gonna lie, I know this is bad, but I'm kind of projecting myself as Mary J. Blige's boyfriend. I'm not gonna lie, because I don't know, like something about Damaged Woman is my kryptonite. Like I'm not even here to make it worse. Like I'm just trying to make you know your worth. I'ma squeeze right in there. You hear me? Like this not even about me, but this is about like damn, like cause that's damn near me for real. But you know, in a man's point of view, you the knight in shining armor. You supposed to say today. Yeah.
The album peaked at number 7 on the pop album charts and debuted at number 1 on the R&B charts, where it stayed for 8 weeks.
Yeah. What were those conversations like with Puff while you were doing the album?
I mean, about his pain. Everybody knew what I was dealing with, but I didn't want to really tell him what I was dealing with because I didn't want him to kill somebody.
Mary began recording the album in 1993, and by that time Puff had been fired from Uptown. Andre claimed there couldn't be two kings in the castle. Plus, MCA told Uptown they refused to put out Biggie's album due to the subject matter. This pushed Andre to let Puff go, and set him up with the means to get a deal for a record label of his own. Although he was officially fired from Uptown, Puff executive produced Mary's album, with Mary recording some of the tracks at his studio, which he called Daddy's House. The first single, Be Happy, peaked at number 6 on the R&B charts, with the follow-up single peaking at number 4. And while the album didn't have any smash pop singles, it was received extremely well critically. And by 1995, My Life had already sold 2 million copies.
Guess what? I know something you don't know.
What?
You about to get a big gift.
What? What is it?
Well, see, this gift is important to all artists, and I think you're really gonna like this gift. You know what it is?
What?
You wanna know what it is?
What is it?
It's me. It's a platinum. If you went platinum, girl,
Brand new.
you gone platinum, girl. You gotta turn around, girl.
Another platinum album. Mary J. Blige.
But all that success still couldn't fix the pain she was feeling in her personal life. Her relationship with KC was in disarray. He had reportedly proposed to Mary in 1995 and given her an engagement ring, but while doing an interview on the UK television show The Word, while showing the ring off and talking about their relationship, Mary was extremely embarrassed.
I have to ask you this really quickly. Jodeci were on the show earlier on in the series, and Terry asked Casey this question. Have a look at this.
What the?
Now, you're going to break a few hearts because I've heard that you're going to marry Mary J. Blige, aren't you?
That's a rumor. You know what I'm saying? That's a rumor for the States, too, you know. Casey is not getting married.
Now, was he being super cool or what? Are you getting married?
No, we're not getting married.
I was just going to say, I'm very glad to
No, we're
hear
not
that,
getting
mate.
married. We're not getting married now.
Not married now?
At that point, Mary knew she had to leave. They would still see each other on and off for a while, but Mary lends the end of the relationship to that moment, on top of the violence she had to endure.
I can't let these, I just can't let these women take what
I know this is the wrong time to say this, bro. I'm not gonna lie. If she came and approached me back in the day, bro, I would fall to my knees, bro. Like I couldn't, like that type of nervousness. Like, like, you know what I'm saying? Like this is me on Mary J. Blige. This is like, my God, what the fuck? Hold on.
I know I worked so hard for, what I cried over every night, and what I actually, fought and been abused by, and been, you know what I'm saying? I just felt that's where the lack of self-love comes. Because I felt like I'd rather stay and take a beating than to let him go.
Casey and Mary both think that fame exacerbated the volatility of the relationship. They both couldn't handle it. Speculatively, Mary's star rising while Casey had to watch her blow up as a solo artist when he was the big star when they met, had to have lent itself to the conflicts as well.
What if you can create your own website by saying, this is what I want? With Wix, you can.
Yo, it's your time.
First up, let's talk about AI color themes. You can get any combos you want. Bold and bright, minimalist and sleek, or something you didn't even think of. Just describe the vibe you want, or even use the colors of your logo, and let AI do its thing. Beautiful. Next up is the AI section creator. This is great for those website essentials.
Yeah.
After their break.
Alright, so she finally asked me to move up, to move down there with her. And I'm leaving September 9th to finally, be with her fully.
Oh, the girl that had the cat?
No. the girl that has the son.
And where y'all moving to?
So she lives up in Maryland, so that's like 3 hours away from me.
Word. And y'all like, how long y'all been talking?
Been talking since like February when I was telling. I think when I told. Yeah, but when I was in like the motel and stuff like that.
Yo, show me what she looks like real quick.
Bro, I got you, bro.
Yeah, let me see this girl, cause I didn't know you was talking to a John with his son. Hold up.
We have not text in a minute. Okay, man, we barely text.
Y'all always talking on the phone?
Oh yeah, we're always FaceTime like every day.
Breakup, it's rumored that Mary showed up to a big party in Atlanta for TLC that Casey was attending. She was allegedly inebriated, according to reports.
Word. Yo, so look, Shaitan, let me finish. Give me like 40 give me 20 more minutes, right? I'm doing this reaction video. As soon as this Jones done, I'm gonna call you. We gonna chop it up. But yeah, send me a photo what she looks like, bro. I promise you, I'm gonna call you right back after this. This is big news.
I know, but the thing is, I'm not gonna tell my parents about it though, or nobody else. You're like the first one who I'm telling.
Word. And yo, that's fine. Sometimes you like, bro, keeping it to yourself is better. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna lie, bro. Listen, if it makes you feel any better, I talked like once upon a time, bro. I talked to like a single mother with kids. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you get to explore as a man, like, you know what I'm saying? Is she? And I'm assuming is she older than you?
Nah, man, we're at the same age.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Definitely, her family was the one that actually gave her the idea because she they said they never saw the daughter so happy in such a long time because
She got a mom and a dad?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Do they live in a house or was it in an apartment?
They live in an apartment, but the mom and dad are separated, but they all live in the same complex, same how my family, grandma, my tata,
Oh, this is a white woman.
As well. After their breakup, it's rumored that Mary
Her son, let me see if I can get a picture where this is her and her son. I love I love her son, hair.
Okay, you love this girl? I said you love this girl?
With all my heart, man.
J. Blige.
Okay.
So you know.
of his own, although he was officially fired from.
Okay, listen. I'm gonna tell you two things, bro. And you probably not gonna believe me when I tell you this shit, but I'm just letting you know right now. Right now, you're in a dream. And this dream consists of your happiness. So, ain't really too much I could tell you. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have fun, you gonna go through trial and error. But when you wake up, you gotta have a plan, an escape plan for real, for real. And what I mean by escape plan is well, actually nah, bro. This is your dream. So I want you to just have fun, bro. Take your time, pace yourself, and just be free, bro. For real, for real.
That is exactly what we're gonna
Word.
Yeah, man, everything's gonna work out fine. I'm still gonna be in touch. I'm still gonna be like in touch with you. But I got you though. Like the minute I get there, her parents are paying for like the Uber and stuff like that.
So hard for.
Starting a fashion.
Like the minute that I get there, I'll
And when I bought that,
Mary was supposed to be on time.
Right.
Trying to hit Casey's date. Also around this time, it is alleged by the singer Danny Boy that he met and slept with Mary when he was 16 after meeting her around the time of the 1995 Source Awards. She would have been around 24 at the time.
I think when you were early on, you was messing with Mary. Well, okay, how did you think about that?
That time I wasn't.
You know,
I mean,
what I'm saying,
I was.
Word. All right, bet, bro. I'm gonna call you as soon as this showing done. All right, bet. I'll catch you, bro.
The album peaked at number 7 on the.
Can't let these, I just can't let these women take what I know I worked so hard for, what I cried over every night. And
my fault,
what
Chad.
I actually, fought and been abused by and been, you know what I'm saying? I just felt that's where the lack of self-love came in. Because I felt like I'd rather stay and take a beating than to let him go.
Casey and Mary both think that fame exacerbated the volatility of the relationship. They both couldn't handle it. Speculatively, Mary's star rising while Casey had to watch her blow up as a solo artist when he was the big star when they met, had to have lent itself to the conflicts as well. After their breakup, it's rumored that Mary showed up to a big party in Atlanta for TLC that Casey was attending. She was allegedly inebriated. According to reports, she was a mess. Her hair was everywhere and she didn't have shoes on. Allegedly, Puff was there and grabbed her and took her in a room, and when she came back, she was cussing everyone out, even trying to hit Casey's date. Also around this time, it is alleged by the singer Danny Boy that he met and slept with Mary when he was 16 after meeting her around the time of the 1995 Source Awards. She would have been around 24 at the time.
I think when you were early on, you was messing with Mary. Well, okay, how did you think about that?
That time I wasn't.
I kind of
was, but wasn't.
That's what I'm saying. How did you think? Like, what did you feel like? Okay, yeah, I like Mary, or you just was like, was she taking advantage of you because you were young?
No, I mean, that was Mary J. Blige.
She was young too.
She was young too, and that was Mary J. Blige. And when I brought that story up, because a lot of people thought that I was like trying to Me Too. I mean, I wouldn't have used her. I got somebody I could Me Too if I want to, but it wouldn't be Mary.
It wouldn't be Mary.
I said it in a conversation of, somebody else was saying how Mary was somebody's girl, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute, no, it wasn't. That was my girl.
This was around the time that West Coast Management, run by Death Row Records, took over management for both Jodeci and Mary, taking them from Uptown due to both artists' unhappiness with the way they were being compensated at the label. You can hear more about the drama behind that in our Jodeci deep dive. Danny Boy claims Casey had a problem with him due to his alleged inappropriate relationship with Mary, and Casey kicked him off tour due to it.
I'm not mad at Casey. I'm not mad at him.
Are those her real eyes?
I've come out this all right. I get a little angry when I think about it, you know what I'm saying? But I can't take revenge on people, and people have mothers that love them also, and that's done with me. My spirit is disconnected, so I have nothing to do with it. So I can't hold a grudge on it every single day.
Mary was supposed to be on top of the world, but she still had that damn temper. While doing a profile for Interview magazine, fashion model and actress Veronica Webb detailed her encounter with the star. The interview started off with Mary telling Veronica she needed a drink, badgering her to get a bottle of Malibu to drink with her. Then, the interview eventually culminated into Mary asking Veronica if they needed to fistfight, to which Veronica, in order to spare herself, most likely declined.
That's it. Now, you also talked about Veronica Webb in the magazine. Why are you laughing? Do you see her? How do you feel about her today?
I really don't feel nothing about her because I don't know her. I just don't even want to
talk about that.
Yeah, she's, she ain't gonna mean nothing tomorrow or the next day, so whatever.
And the Queen, Mary J. Blige.
She handling herself well, but You want to know what it is? She hurting on the inside, but she never gonna let people see that.
While all the time that I was loving you, you were busy loving yourself.
In 1996, her single for the Waiting to Exhale soundtrack peaked at #2 on the pop charts and earned her a Grammy nomination for Best Female R&B Vocal Performance. She also won her first Grammy in 1996 for her duet with Method Man, I'll Be There For You, You're All I Need to Get By.
You were my destiny.
And by her singing on that song right there and putting that feeling behind it like sweet morning dew, I took one look at you and it was plain to see you was my destiny. Oh my God, come on.
Come on.
I don't even have to say anything. She said it all.
But she admitted she might not have been totally able to comprehend the moment. She remembered that night by saying, "When I got that Grammy, I was high. Not at the Grammys, I don't think. But I was drinking like a crazy person. Still sniffing cocaine going in." That year, while in the midst of her breakup with KC, she met another R&B singer who caught her eye. Case was a new crooner on the rise in 1996 when he released his single, Touch Me, Tease Me, featuring both Mary and rapper Foxy Brown. Case was reportedly engaged at the time that he and Mary started seeing each other.
Oh my!
But the relationship got serious fast. They even lived together for a time. He alleged the relationship was volatile, with him claiming he still had a scar from Mary throwing things at him. But it quickly ended when Case was on tour and Mary's cousin, who was his hype man, witnessed Case cheating on her with 3 different women. At the same time, it's rumored her song Your Child was inspired by his cheating during the relationship.
As a woman, especially me being a new artist, I'm a woman, you know, to come after Craig Mack and Big, you know, after they did so much work for the label, you know, it's like, I gotta do my thing. I think a lot of the rumors that are surrounding our friendship are because we're so close and people see that as real because we go out all the time, you know, but now I'm hearing different stories like, you know, I vocal coached her and I did this and I did that, but we just 2 women that get along. What's wrong with that? We met each other. Puff hooked us up. He wanted me to help co-write on the album. You know, she was singing for years before I met her, so I had nothing to do with that.
In 1994, Faith Evans was newly signed to Puff's Bad Boy Records and tasked to provide background vocals and songwriting for Mary's My Life album. And by 1995, she had released her own self-titled debut. This bothered Mary, as she thought that Puff had found her replacement for his label. She was his flagship artist at Uptown, and Faith was using her producers and singing over hip-hop beats too. And that, on top of smaller petty arguments, is supposedly why her and Puff severed all ties for Mary's 3rd album. But they officially cited the reason for the split as creative differences. Either way, the relationship was weird between Mary and Faith. Mary was originally supposed to be featured on Faith's debut album on the song Love Don't Live Here Anymore, but after Mary recorded the track, she called Faith's people and told them to take her vocals off, causing more rumor that Mary was jealous of Faith's vocal ability.
Documentary where she felt the way when Puff brought you along.
I always heard those things, but to be quite honest, that was
off, causing more rumor that Mary was jealous of Faith's vocal ability.
What the fuck? Don't listen to what the people say. They don't know about you and me. Get it out your mind. So much jealousy. They don't know.
Documentary where she felt the way when Puff brought you along, because
I always heard those things, but to be quite honest, that was never confirmed. I mean, they did tell me I had to take her voice off my album because of some issue that I never knew about, but I thought that was something between her and him. But I'm kind of glad I don't know what it was about because I can honestly say I really don't know what that was about.
Oh, y'all had a song together or something? Or?
Yeah, on my first album, we did a song together called Love Don't Live Here Anymore.
Wow.
And then at the time, the general manager, Bad Boy, called me like probably about 6 months after my album came out, like, Mary wants her voice off your album. Nah, you need to call her. I was like, no, I don't. I mean, I didn't do nothing to her, so what am I going to call her for? I don't know what happened. Right. They didn't tell me what happened, so why are you telling me to call her?
Anything could have caused tension between the ladies, but one glaring red flag was Mary's friendship with Lil' Kim. They had become really cool during that time. And it's known that Kim and Faith had problems with each other due to their relationships with Big. Now, here's the thing. There are plenty of rumors of what was going down in the industry at the time. I've heard stories of Mary and Puff having a secret relationship, information about tapes, and literally every conspiracy theory in the world about Kim Porter. It goes without saying that Mary had been around and pictured with Puff while he was doing some of the alleged behaviors we've all heard about. But the rumors that Mary had any direct involvement are highly speculative and quite often unsubstantiated. Whenever someone's source is industry insiders and they can't name a reputable news outlet, they more than likely made the shit up. Okay, back to the story.
I'm all right. Good to see you. Good to see you too, Rosie. I love your CDs, all of them. You've got such a beautiful voice. Thank you. And you're so pretty. Thank you. Well, you're welcome. Well, look at this. Look how pretty you are. That's you. Thank you. That's you right there, pretty girl.
By 1995, Andre had left his own label to become the CEO at Motown, leaving Heavy D as CEO of Uptown. By the time Mary was ready to release her third album, Heavy D had resigned as CEO and the label was in disarray. In April 1997, Uptown's parent company MCA released Mary's third album, Share My World.
These most dynamic and talented young divas, and for her wonderful contribution to the Waiting to Excel
I think I'm
soundtrack
gonna
LP,
become an R&B
she is
artist,
nominated
y'all.
for a 1997 Soul Train Music Award for Best R&B Soul Single Female. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome MCA recording star, my girl, Mary J. Blige.
Now, 808 Fiverr freelancers have worked with Nike. Designers, developers, marketers, you name it. Find the perfect one for your business. Fiverr. Start now.
Yo, Iron Man. What up, boy?
What's up? You live?
Yeah, I'm on live. Say what's up to chat.
What up, chat?
Yeah, right now we just watching the Mary J. Well, we watching a documentary on Mary J. Blige, bro. 90s fine, man. Why ain't nobody tell me 90s fine was so goddamn fine, man?
I just freaking got a lot of good news. I gotta talk to you about it later, but I can't let the chat know. They can't know about it yet.
For sure. What time you want to talk about it around? Cause you know my schedule. Yeah.
Yeah, I know you. I've been seeing you been done like, so I'm actually about to pull a not a subathon, but I'm about to pull a 24-hour grind jump. So I'm gonna see if you want to. Shoot, later tonight, like around like 10 p.m.-ish, 10, 11 p.m. Let's lock in together.
You already, bro. I've been wanting to do this, man. I'm with it.
I got so much good news, bro. So much good news. I need to also I just got me a box. I'm about to I called you because I'm about to ship you that those vitamins and junk.
Word, yo, oh my goodness. I feel like I'm winning a Grammy. What the fuck? Oh man. Shout out Iron Man. Praise God. Shout out my mama and nah, bro. Thank you. Appreciate you, man. I'm about to send my Addy right now.
Yeah, text me your Addy so I can get this junk over to you. I'm gonna go drop it over at the post office like right now.
Got you.
The graphics card, you sent me your specs, so unfortunately it's gonna be too big for your computer, and I looked up what parts you would need. It'd be like an extra $800, $900. So I got a backup plan. So I'm gonna let you know about that tonight, though.
Word. Dang, every time you call me, it's always something exciting.
That's my goal, bro. I just wanna just drop bombs like the B-1 bomber. Shoot, I'm the real BB the bomber.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you sent me the Addy, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm about to pack this up for you right now.
Oh my goodness. Yo, God is so good, bro. It's crazy because my one streamer, man's his Bravo, he hit me up. He's like, yo, you ain't posting 3 days. Whole time it's like, I'm like, yo, I don't know if you know, but you know, cat's out the bag, bro. I'm getting ready. Sunday is the day I'm going to come back. Like, you know, I've been doing a lot of reactions, but like, you know how my transparency videos of me just talking to, you know, interacting with the chat. I slowly been like stepping away from that, but the real reason why is because that plan, that fasting plan, is me evolving and me, you know, going against nature and growing with the chat. And it's better for me because I like doing things the hard way, bro. Like, not saying that it wasn't gonna have to come to this point, but I already told myself I was gonna do this. Like, this is one of the challenging things I wanted to do to help myself grow. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I got pushed back was because, you know, like I told you, Jake's father, he had asked me to go to dinner on Sunday, and I was about to like just tell Jake to tell him like, yo, like he's fasting right now, but I'm like, you know what? This is gonna be like the last supper meal. Whereas though, like, all right, bet I eat out with the family, and then bang, like we right back to the grind, and then that's gonna be like the start of all right, the 100 days. So you sending me this, bro, and you calling me right now on stream just confirmed all of that shit, bro.
I got you.
This is
a 90-day supply, so you should be good for the whole joint.
Let's fucking go! Listen, W Iron Man in the chat, bro. Oh shoot, W Iron Man in the chat, bro. Appreciate y'all boys, man. But yeah, man. Listen, bro, and I ain't really never asked nobody this before, but I need you to I know you busy and all that, bro, but like I need a call a day, bro. Remember, like, I'm like a starving kid in Africa, bro. Like, the wisdom and the knowledge from another brother is worth way more than a full course meal, bro. So all I need is not even just words of encouragement. Hear your voice, and you know, as another brother to one another, I know you got a plan. I'm talking to a brother with a crazy behind game plan, bruh. So even you just calling me every day, bro, like, mind you, that them rumbles in my stomach, my nigga. Yup. Appreciate you, my boy. Yo, how's everything though? How's the wife?
She's doing good. She's actually getting emotional with some stuff too. Like, I've been trying to just inspire her as well to just, cause she wanted to always be a vet planner, but she never really, never really understood like how to just put herself out there. And then like we really kind of ended up getting involved with this one. I made a friend online. I was trying to build some apps for sport, and then she was like, "Yo, I own a restaurant. You guys should come by." So we went by her restaurant. She's like, "Oh my gosh, you guys are so attractive. Like, we got to do a commercial with you." So I was like, "Oh shit, okay." So we did that back in like April. Now, fast forward, same chick. She's like, "I'm opening up a new restaurant, so we want to throw an event." And Shannon been telling her like how she wants to do event planning. So now she's about to throw a paint and sip with them. So I'm so happy because I've been trying to get her to like get like in a mix with this for a while, like just kind of just tap into her passion of like being an event planner, and now she's about to throw her first event on September 8th over at this spot called Las Margaritas.
Ooh, let's get it.
So she's about to be doing her event planning thing and stuff like that, and then bro, I can't. I got so much shit out about the lot, bro.
From the bottom of my heart, I wanna say I give thanks to you, thanks to you, belong to you. Lord, I thank you.
The first single, Love Is All We Need, reached #1 on the US dance charts. The song featured Nas, and it's reported that the two dated at the time. But during the recording and rollout of the album, Mary was in a really bad place mentally, and Nas witnessed it.
And she opened up a dollar bill. Said, I don't have any more. And I just saw the little flakes coming off the dollar bill. You know, and she's like, yo, you got any? You know where to get some? It just felt like, damn, this is not.
From like 4 to like 8 a.m. and then just get back to it. So now I can do that.
Yo, you my mans, bro. Yo, we was on the same thing. So look, last night was the first time I kind of wanted to sleep on time, and I was able to actually get up this morning. So my sleep schedule pattern definitely changed. Like for the past couple of days, bro, I was working through the night and just sleeping during the day. But my sleep schedule pattern definitely changed though, bro. So it's gonna be like for sure early mornings, especially since I'm fasting too. So
You gotta do the thing when you fast. I think that's really strong. It's like what do they call it? I don't know the words, but it's pretty much like sleep when it's let the sunlight wake you up naturally. You know what I mean? Like get into a rhythm with it. But then when it's, I mean, you don't have to always go to bed when it gets dark, but it's just like getting the pattern of like letting the sun wake you up. It's like it's something with the way the
The second single, I Can Love You, featured her friend Lil Kim. The single peaked at number 2 on the R&B charts, and her father came back into the picture. After a 1998 show in Detroit, Mary came face-to-face with her father for the first time since he abandoned the family almost 25 years prior. But the reunion would not be a happy one, as her father asked her for money once he came face-to-face with the superstar.
You sure you asked me for money? I mean, you're not even apologizing for anything you did?
Like with most things in her life, she coped by drinking and partying.
Bro,
However,
Jarvis,
she would have a wake-up call.
Jarvis, Jarvis and I could only speak for about 20, not even 20 minutes, bro. More like 3 minutes. Not even just 1 minute, bro, because I don't got the subscription right now. So that $20 subscription was just having that access to Jarvis. But what I'm gonna do is this Sunday, I know Jake's about to give me $100 cash, so that way I could deposit it into my bank account. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buy Opus clip points so I could steady clip for the 100 days, and I'm gonna pay. And hopefully I got like a spare 20. I'm definitely gonna pay for like another month subscription of ChatGPT.
Yeah, we gotta do that. We gotta do that. I'm about to tell you, export your ChatGPT data. I mean, ChatGPT is powerful, but you can export your data, save it into Google Drive, and then talk to Gemini for free off of your data.
What?
So it's the same exact thing, and then it'll get more in tune of how you like to do your video junk and your editing, so it'll start to learn what you're working on. So kind of treat it the same exact way. Because I was trying Gemini the other day, bro. That shit is fire. So I'm like, oh shit, I don't know many people know it can do this now. Like they dropped mad new features the past couple of days. So yeah, you can like literally like export your chat. So I built my own tool. So if you export your ChatGPT data, it's gonna be in JSON. But I built a tool that's gonna turn that into like a PDF, so you can then upload that to Gemini, and then you can actually talk to your old self, or all the memories that you have in ChatGPT would now be just whatever AI agent you need. You just upload those documents, and boom. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Many things, bro. I'm about to put you onto. I got a lot of shit I just cooked up the past few days. Like, bro. Shit, man.
My man cooking, you heard?
And I just like, all right, so where am I at with things? I gotta get this one part from outside and then ship you this shit right here. Thought I had tape at the crib, but
got you. Yo, let me give me about, I don't know if you want me to call you back within like the next 16 minutes or like 10 p.m. Let me just finish watching this video with chat. It only got like 16 minutes left.
All right, chat. I'll see y'all later. Yeah, man. Go enjoy your time, and I'm about to ship this over to you, and I'll send you the tracking number when I get that, so you can watch it whenever I get there and jump.
Appreciate you, bloody. Everybody say goodbye to Iron Man, you heard?
All right, see y'all later.
All right,
I had been up for days. So I probably was seeing things but it was just something about how you're not even apologizing for anything you did.
Like with most things in her life, she coped by drinking and partying. However, she would have a wake-up call.
I had been up for days, so I probably was seeing things but it was just something about how my living room looked. It looked like a bunch of clouds just floating around in there, like the literal sky. I was like, okay, this is like, it was like another sign of death. So that was the moment I stopped doing coke. Like that was it for coke. I never touched it since that day.
Mary decided to get clean. She quit the drugs, but she was still drinking. The Share My World era was supposed to be about new beginnings, and it lent itself to being her most successful album yet, as it debuted at #1 on Billboard.
Is
Last it open. Bobby Digital.
Mary J. Blige. Share My World.
Oh my God. This is the unbelievable one. I gotta say thank you to my Heavenly Father, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, to my fans that definitely make it possible. Thank y'all for voting for me. Thank y'all. Thank my record company. Thank my family. Let me get this right, y'all. I always have a list.
Let's get right.
The album cover, everybody wants to know why I did it so natural and so plain. Let me run it down to you why. What's the 411? Fashion. My life. Fashion. Share My World. Fashion. Everybody knows that Mary wears clothes. These are Gucci sandals. These are Norma Kamali jeans, Todd Odom jacket, and a regular little shirt from a cheap store, y'all, and gets her hair done. Hair costs a lot of money. So this is a little more deeper for me. I just wanted to just show you what's going on in my life through a picture and to let you know that my life is just like yours. You know what I'm saying? This is me when I go to bed, sleep with a big forehead.
In 1999, Mary released her 4th album in 7 years. The self-titled Mary album was earthy, soulful, and honestly, not quite the Mary we knew. She ditched the hip-hop beats for more adult contemporary sound. Mary served as executive producer for the album, which had critical acclaim and received 4 stars from AllMusic. But the album didn't do as well commercially as her previous projects. Fans weren't expecting this sound from Mary, and it left them both confused and wanting that old thing back. Speaking of the past, she reunited musically with Casey on the album too.
Casey can sing, and that's one of the reasons why I did the song with him. Because he can sing, and no one would have been able to stand up to me like he did on that record.
There was also a big duet we could have had during this era.
I love Mary J. Blige. Mary's real. Mary comes from the heart. I know she has, wherever she's come from one point to get to the other.
Yeah.
And there is experience there. There is depth there. There's pain. There's joy. There's a lot of things. I can hear it in Mary's voice. She's my favorite.
Mary's former manager, Kirk Burroughs, wanted Whitney Houston on the album. After the two tributed Aretha Franklin on 1999's VH1 Divas Live, Burroughs asked Clive Davis for permission to feature Whitney on Mary's album. Clive denied it, instead offering Aretha, who was making a comeback to the popular music space with her hit A Rose Is Still a Rose. Whitney Houston was the epitome of glamour in the 80s. She was extremely talented, with so much crossover appeal that black audiences thought she was a sellout. Nevertheless, she was the epitome of not only beauty but talent and success. But by 1999, Whitney was in the throes of addiction. She was struggling, and there were whispers of it throughout the industry. Mary could relate, as she was struggling as well. The two would remain close.
Take them back over there. I want them by themselves. I don't want nobody else.
Got you. D, what's going on, baby? This artist corner right now. Let everybody know what's coming up, man. How you feel tonight?
I just came from Canada, you know what I'm saying, doing a movie. You know what I'm saying? I heard Mary.
Right.
I heard Mary was having a joint.
I don't know why. I feel like his breath smells like dog shit. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Just the way the nigga talking, I feel like his breath honestly smell like shit, bro. Like,
Yeah, you
I'm
know
not.
what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? I came through on the strength, and it's love for real. It's love for real.
It's love for
and,
real.
And it's never gonna change. It's never gonna change, man.
Right.
Yo.
You ready for Summer Jam, baby?
We did this.
I got you, dog.
We did it.
You said
Give her a hug,
bark at
give her a
your
hug,
dog.
Yes.
Then I'll hold you down.
All right.
In June 2000,
Hey,
Queen Latifah was working
what
on music
the
for her
fuck?
compilation album with record producer Ken Du Isaacs. For one of the tracks they were working on, they thought it would be a good idea to add Mary. But Mary was busy on tour and could only record once they stopped in Detroit. When she arrived at the studio at 3 a.m., her and Kendu instantly caught each other's eye. Even though he was married at the time, he claimed he was separated. After their initial meeting, Kendu pestered Queen Latifah to link him up with Mary again. She obliged, and months later, Mary called him.
She
Their
obliged.
first meeting was in August after she left tour, and Mary quickly fell, she said. There was something so fatherly and confident about him, I think I fell in love with him then, but got scared because he was the type of man I'd never seen before. He had this, I can take care of you, I can make you feel safe thing, and I needed that. The girl whose father abandoned her at 4 years old was now a woman seeking a man who gave her all of the qualities she thought a male figure should possess. During the rollout for her new album, Mary had finally realized her drinking had gone too far. During a show at the Apollo Theater, she overheard Kendu saying, "If Mary comes in this house drunk tonight, I'm going to leave her." During the performance, she couldn't stop thinking about what he said, and she decided she was going to tell him she was done drinking. It was August 25th, 2001, and later that night she'd learned that the singer Aaliyah had passed away in a plane crash.
Ooh.
Who were some of the hip-hop, artists that you liked?
Mary J.
Aaliyah's death deeply affected Mary, and it seems as if she felt like something fishy had happened.
I just know that was a murder. You know what I'm saying? That was a spiritual murder, whether people know it or not. Because God don't kill people. You know what I'm saying? Whether people know it or not. And I could go deep, but a lot of people I would have to really bring home. You know what I'm saying? For what I learned. And she just was cut down in the prime of her life. And it's so unfair. And it wasn't time. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't, I believe it wasn't her time to go because from what I know, it ain't supposed to go down like that.
She recalled to Oprah, "My life was her life." She was surrounded by people who weren't telling her the real deal. We weren't close friends, but I talked with her a couple of times. I very well could have been the woman on that plane.
It was a scene that could have been reserved for an entourage of stars, but the hundreds of fans who filled Getty Square in Yonkers Thursday evening were all there to see one person, R&B singer Mary J. Blige, who grew up in Yonkers and began singing in the church choir. Now she's in town promoting her latest release, No More Drama.
On August 28, 2001, Mary dropped her 5th studio album, No More Drama. Her first single, the Dr. Dre-produced Family Affair, was her first #1 on the Billboard pop charts and stayed #1 for 6 weeks. The album debuted at #2, just behind Aaliyah's self-titled album. The album sold over 2 million copies, with nearly 300,000 sold in its first week, but MCA was disappointed by its sales, and the rollout was obviously hindered by both Aaliyah's passing and the tragic events of 9/11. So they repackaged and re-released the album in January 2002, adding the single Rainy Days featuring Ja Rule, one of the hottest rappers out at the time. She also made her film debut that year, starring in Prison Song with Q-Tip. Mary would say, "After my first album, I didn't even know I was successful. It wasn't until No More Drama in 2001 that I knew I had made it."
Yo, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, because he has been good to me this year, not just winning awards. I'm living right now.
In August 2003, Mary released her 6th album, Love and Life. Inspired by her relationship with Kendu, this album was all about positivity. The album also brought Mary and Puffy, who was going by P. Diddy by then, back together. It debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200 and sold 285,000 copies in its first week.
What song?
But the public perception of the album was lukewarm, not producing any chart. This album was all about
winning awards. I'm living right now.
In August 2003, Mary released her 6th album, Love and Life. Inspired by her relationship with Kendu, this album was all about positivity. The album also brought Mary and Puffy, who was going by P. Diddy by then, back together. It debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200 and sold 285,000 copies in its first week. But the public perception of the album was lukewarm, not producing any chart-topping hits. Mary alluded to Puffy being the reason why. "None of us were in a good place," she mentioned to Billboard in a 2005 interview. "Too many cooks spoiled the soup," she said. "You had Diddy saying, 'Do this, do that,' and I wanted something else." Mary also sounded a little different. She admitted to MTV that she had lost some of her vocal ability due to all the partying and drug use in her past, and you can hear it on the album. But Mary was in love. By December 2003, she and Kendu were married. They had a private ceremony at Mary's New Jersey home, in which Kendu had moved into. Mary was also becoming accustomed to his lifestyle with his 3 children from previous relationships. Before the wedding, while on a yacht with Kim Porter and Puff, Kim asked Mary if she was ready for the marriage.
Was I ready? She was like, "Mom, you ready for this? You ready?" But she made me question myself a lot, and I think about those questions now that she asks me now that I'm in the situation that I'm in. Kim was always a protector. She protected me.
Somewhere around this time, Mary let him begin managing her as well.
I never felt safe before. And obviously he felt he had found the love of his life because men don't ask you to marry them. Like not a woman like me with the past that I have.
Webster defines a breakthrough as an act or instance of moving through or beyond an obstacle. And in 2005, Mary broke through the slump that was love and life and released her 7th album.
You turned your back and back, I came running, but the simple fact is that you ain't
I gotta listen to a Mary J album after this chat.
want me. Done enough lying and crying to myself. Nothing left to do but move. What else can I?
The album was a smash, selling over 700,000 copies in its first week. The lead single, Be Without You, would become her most successful song to date, spending 15 weeks at #1 on the hip-hop and R&B charts. The album also won her 3 Grammys that year.
We're coming out, Christmas is here, and it's only a few days away. I'm wondering,
3?
with a lady so successful who probably has everything she wants in life, what do you want for Christmas this year?
I just want peace, you know. I just want some peace in my head. I'm good. My family, you know, that's really it.
Yeah.
In the years that followed, Mary released both Reflections, a greatest hits album, and Growing Pains, her 8th studio album. Growing Pains peaked at #1 and sold over 600,000 copies its first week. Just Fine, the lead single of the album, peaked at #3 on the R&B charts. Mary was rocking and rolling, and everything was on the up and up professionally. But things weren't all good in Mary's personal life during that time. At her album release party for her 9th album, Stronger with Each Tear, it was reported that Kendu and Mary's brother Bruce got into an argument that turned into a physical fight. It was reported that Mary threw a punch at Kendu during the altercation and threatened him to, quote, not to even think about going Chris Brown on me. But Mary and her camp denied that rumor, stating she was just breaking up the fight. Mary's career had been on the steady incline since her 1992 debut. Her song was featured on the Oscar-winning film Precious's soundtrack. She also sang the anthem during the World Series, and she released 2 albums between 2011 and 2013, My Life 2 and A Merry Christmas, both of which had moderate success. It was reported by TMZ in 2013 that the IRS had filed a tax lien against Blige over a 3-year period, due to not receiving $3.4 million in income taxes for 2009, 2010, and 2011.
You know.
Did he not want it as much as you did?
He didn't. When someone loves someone else, it's nothing you could do, you know. You just want to be with that person. And whack. but that's what I'm suffering through right now.
What was the turning point where you knew it was going down the wrong road?
When everything I said didn't mean anything, and nothing I ever did was good enough, and I was never smart enough. He knew he loved someone else. He knew he wanted a heroin, he knew he wanted what he wanted.
In July 2016, Mary shocked everyone by announcing she was divorcing her husband. She was devastated by the split and filed for divorce, stating irreconcilable differences. It would be alleged that Kendu had been having an affair with an artist Mary was trying to develop. In 2010, Mary signed Starshell to her Matriarch record label. She invested time and money into developing the singer into an artist, and it's alleged that Starshell was Kendu's mistress. But she denied the rumors. In order to maintain the lifestyle he acquired by being married to Mary, Kendu sought out nearly $129,000 a month in spousal support because, she was his only job. The judge would eventually order his ex-wife to pay him $30,000 a month. She was also ordered to pay retroactive spousal support and his court fees, which totaled over $235,000. Mary tweeted through the pain.
I understand what you're saying, but I gave him too much power. I gave him everything. I said, here, take it all. Manage me, love me, protect me, do it all. And he didn't handle it right. But I gave him that so he could feel secure. And he still wasn't secure, so it was never enough. So what can you do?
Still paying the IRS and now hit with another 5-figure monthly bill, Mary felt like she was losing everything. She told Afrotech, I had nothing when I left out of that marriage and I had to work. I had my name, so I had to work, and so I did. I went on tour. I had to do everything to make that money to pay out the alimony. Mary headlined a tour with Maxwell that year. On top of that, her Strength of a Woman album peaked at #3 on Billboard. In other words, Kendu didn't stop.
B2.
Oh yeah, you do R&B, huh?
Yes. Well, y'all know Share My World.
Yeah, we know that.
Mary was as hot as she's ever been. After dabbling in acting on and off since making her acting debut on The Jamie Foxx Show in '98, she was nominated for an Oscar in 2018 for her work in the film Mudbound, which she channeled the pain of her divorce for her character Florence. She received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 2018, and by the next year she was being honored with a Lifetime Achievement Award by BET, stamping her as the Queen of Hip Hop Soul. And not to mention, she co-headlined the Super Bowl in 2022.
When I think back about, when Andre said he went to your apartment back in the day and you sang for him, when you think about that young lady Did you see this? Did you see moments like this happening? Did you think it would go this far?
Absolutely not.
Wow.
I did not think it would. I didn't think I would live past my life. But I'm here, and now I'm here, and now I want to be here, and now that's it. You know, nobody can stop that.
When Mary Jane Blige was introduced to the world in '91, we knew she was special. With her baggy jeans and combat boots, Mary shared her life with us through her music, both the highs and the lows.
Fuck! Y'all, I gotta get there, bruh. I gotta get there, bruh. I gotta have some type of story like where they talking to me as, man, did you ever think you would get this far? And I'm like, a little guy like me, I didn't think I'd make it this far, but I'm big now, and being big ain't get to my big ass head. I'm just me, because this is who I am. Yeah.
She's been the voice for so many who felt unseen and unheard, and her impact goes far beyond the charts. Artists like Monica and Keisha Cole have followed in her footsteps, embracing that same raw honesty in their music and their lives. While she's had her struggles, she triumphs every time, and over 30 years later, she's still on top of her game. Many can't put a finger on what it is about Mary that makes us love her, to which I say, there's just something about her.